Welcome to Living in Fredericksburg, Virginia. My name is Andrew Powers, and I have been a resident here in Fredericksburg for over 30 years. I'm also a licensed realtor in the area. And I'm super excited to show you around all that Fredericksburg has to offer and the surrounding areas. And this is the first video, and we're gonna start with one of my favorites, historic downtown. Now, historic downtown is located right off the Fredericksburg VRE. It's really important for the Fredericksburg community because it's a train that will commute all the way to DC. And there are a lot of folks that commute to the Northern Virginia areas, Alexandria, Arlington, DC for their jobs. And if they want to avoid getting on the highway, you can get on the train, sleep in the morning, and make your way up there and hopefully have an easier commute. The VRE does extend south one additional exit to the Spotsylvania exit, and throughout this video series you'll get to know Spotsylvania. It's not as big of a buzzword countrywide as Fredericksburg, Virginia is. And so Fredericksburg, Virginia is the second stop on the VRE station. And like I said, it goes all the way to DC. So great option for commuters. And let me tell you a little bit about the great location of Fredericksburg. And you'll learn from these videos, I love Fredericksburg. We're sort of in the middle of several economic booming areas. One being, of course, DC. You have several cities that are in the top 15 most expensive cities to live in. They're right around the border of DC, Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax. And it can get pretty expensive living up there because the population is so dense. So a lot of folks come to areas like Stafford or Fredericksburg. They go a little bit south so they can have a little bit more of affordable housing and still keep the great pay that is afforded if you're working in DC or working in Northern Virginia. We're also, we're 45 minutes or 45 miles from DC, but we're also about 60 or so miles if you go south to Richmond, Virginia. And then if you go east, we are about 20 miles away from the Dahlgren base. We're about 16 miles from Quantico. And then if you go west, we're about 60 miles from Charlottesville. So we're kind of in the middle of really most of the beautiful areas and really the economic successful areas that Virginia has to offer. And that's why this area is growing at an exponential rate. There's a lot of new construction, new builds. Of course, there's a lot of historic homes, especially in downtown Fredericksburg, and we'll tour some of those. But because the area is growing so fast, builders are really having to try and catch up with the inventory. The population is anticipated to grow by 67.5% in the next 7.5 years in this area. And there really is so much that Fredericksburg has to offer. Shopping, dining, history, downtown city area, you've got suburb area, you've got rural area if you just go 10-15 minutes west, or maybe even 10-15 minutes east or south. And then of course your proximity to DC is one of the biggest and most attractive features of this area. So we're gonna go ahead and start touring historic downtown now. And we're gonna start on Caroline Street. And so come along for the tour and I'll be happy to show you around. Coming out of the VRE station, you'll come up to the intersection of Lafayette Boulevard and Caroline Street. Right outside of the VRE, a highly rated restaurant called the Alpine Chef. They serve German cuisine, and it's a great place to get something to eat. On the first few blocks of Caroline Street, you have a ton of options if you're looking for something to eat or a good cup of coffee. There are 3 coffee shops, 2 restaurants, and a brewery. There's also a few other places to shop for clothes and various items. We'll be at Agora Downtown Coffee Shop. They offer delicious coffee. They have teas, lattes, pastries, and baked goods. They have indoor and outdoor seating and provide free Wi-Fi. It's a great place to just sit down, relax with a good book, or get some work done. And it's in a charming, historic building. Across the street from Agora is the Fredericksburg Square. The Fredericksburg Square has a restaurant inside of it, which is the Hot Chicken Kitchen. Highly rated, delicious chicken. And if you're looking for some spice, it's a great place to go. There's also events that are held at the Fredericksburg Square from time to time, and it includes Water's End Brewery. About downtown Fredericksburg is the historic homes. The Caroline House is an example. This home was built in 1890 and it was restored. It's absolutely beautiful. Street, you have the Courtyard Marriott, and Fredericksburg is actually a hot spot for tourism because of the history and really just the charm of the city. And right next to the Courtyard, you have one of my favorite coffee spots, and that's the Italian Station. They have Danishes, they have delicious Italian lunches, they have gelato, which is my wife's favorite, and this is one of our favorite places to go. Now we're going to take a look at the other side of the street on Caroline. This right here is Billiken's Smokehouse, a delicious place to grab some dinner or lunch, and they also have live music on the weekends. Also, it's housed in a historic building. You also have the Southern Bagel and Provision. This was actually launched just a few days ago, and they sold out on the first day. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I've heard it's really good. Katora Coffee, also a great spot for some delicious coffee. Alright, so for this video, we covered the VRE station, we covered the first 2 blocks of Caroline Street and the several shops and restaurants that are included. In summary, Fredericksburg is a great place to live, and just walking downtown on a beautiful day. You hear the birds chirping, it's a beautiful day, and it's a great place to spend some time by yourself, with friends, family, or loved ones, and it's one of the many reasons why I love living in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about this community. Have a great day.